For most of our lives, we've been told there's a right way to live. We wake up early, we work hard, we stay consistent, we push through. But what if the reason so many of us are burned out or anxious and unfulfilled isn't because we're doing life wrong? It's because we've been doing life the same. We've been following borrowed rhythms instead of our own. Because the truth is, not everyone is wired to move through the world the same way. Some of us are here to build. Some of us are here to initiate. Some to reflect or guide or amplify the energy of others. And that's the foundation of human design, a map of how your energy is meant to move. And when you understand that map, calm stops being something that you chase. It becomes your natural state. So picture this. She's accomplished, driven, always multitasking. Her mornings start with coffee and notifications. She's efficient, but she's also exhausted. She meditates because she knows she should. She journals because she's read that it helps. But somehow the peace never lasts. By mid-afternoon, she's running on willpower alone, and by evening, her mind is spinning through unfinished tasks. She feels guilty for needing to rest. And then one day she discovers something new, that in human design, she's a projector. She's not built up to keep with the world's constant output. She's built to guide it. And suddenly, everything clicks for her. She realizes it's not laziness she's been fighting, it's misalignment. She doesn't need more motivation. She needs permission to live by her own design. That's the quiet relief human design gives you. The moment you realize you were never broken, just running someone else's operating system. Human design is often described as a mix of ancient and modern sciences. It combines astrology, the I Ching, the chakra system, Kabbalah, and quantum physics into one integrated model of how energy flows through you. But at its heart, it's practical. It gives you a blueprint, your cosmic fingerprint that explains how your energy interacts with the world, how you make decisions, and how you experience flow or friction. In human design, there are 5 main energy types. First, there's manifestors, or the initiators. They're here to start movements, not wait for permission. There's generators, the builders. They thrive when doing what they love, generating energy through satisfaction. There's manifesting generators. These are multi-passionate powerhouses, wired for efficiency and speed, not linear paths. There's projectors. These are the guides. They see systems, they read people, and they thrive when they're invited to share insight. And then there's reflectors, which are the mirrors. They sense collective energy and need time to process before acting. Each type has its own rhythm, its own pace, its own strategy for success. And most of our suffering comes from ignoring that natural rhythm. Here's what neuroscience says about, and adds to this conversation. Every person has a unique nervous system pattern, different thresholds for stimulation, for focus, and for rest. That's your biological design. When you live out of sync with it, forcing productivity or ignoring rest or overstimulating the mind, you create physiological anxiety. Your cortisol rises, your dopamine circuits overload, and your nervous system loses its rhythm. Human design is a mirror for this science. It helps you identify your natural state of regulation. Generators and manifesting generators thrive on response. Their bodies literally generate serotonin when engaged in satisfying work. Projectors are neurologically sensitive to energy. Prolonged output floods their system with stress hormones. Manifestors are wired for bursts of creation followed by withdrawal. Their creative cycles mimic the brain's natural reward and recovery loop. Reflectors' sensitivity mirrors high empathy neural wiring. They process social and sensory data more deeply than most. When you know this, you stop forcing calm. You start cultivating it biologically through alignment. We've been taught to chase calm like a state of mind to achieve through meditation, through supplements, or vacations. But true calm isn't an achievement. It's an alignment, the byproduct of living according to your energetic truth. When you operate in your design, your nervous system stops fighting itself. Your hormones balance, your sleep improves, your relationships become easier because your energy becomes coherent. Calm then is not silence or stillness. It's harmony between your biology, your psychology, and your soul. That's the new definition of wellness: energetic coherence. So let's go back to our story. After discovering her design, she stops trying to be everything for everyone. She sets boundaries, not as walls, but as invitations to meet her authentically. She begins scheduling her week around energy, not obligation. Deep focus in the morning, creative work midday, and then rest in the afternoon. At first, it kind of feels indulgent, but then it starts to feel peaceful. And she realizes the peace she was chasing in meditation wasn't a state, it was a structure. She had to rebuild her day around who she actually is. And the more she honors that rhythm, the more alive and calm she becomes. Each energy type has a strategy, basically how to move through the world, and an authority about how to make decisions. Together they form your internal guidance system. For manifestors, the strategy is to inform before acting, and the authority is emotional or instinctive. Their power lies in initiating when inspiration strikes and then stepping back to recharge. For generators, the strategy is respond to what lights them up. And authority is sacral. It's a gut feeling. Their yes isn't logical. It's energetic. Manifesting generators have a strategy to respond and then act quickly. And their authority is sacral and emotional. They're nonlinear and they must trust the detours that they go through. For projectors, the strategy is wait for recognition and invitation, and their authority is splenic, emotional, or self-projected. Their wisdom lands best when it's received, not pushed. For reflectors, the strategy is wait, a lunar cycle before big decisions. Their authority is environmental. They need time to sense clarity. These aren't rules, they're reminders of how your energy communicates. When you honor that communication, anxiety dissipates. Because anxiety often isn't emotional, it's energetic resistance. Inside the impossible prompt, we use frameworks like human design to help you decode your own operating system, mentally, emotionally, and energetically. The system observes your language patterns, emotional cycles, and even your circadian preferences. It helps you see where your nervous system is aligned with your design and where it's being hijacked by external conditioning. Through daily reflection prompts, guided protocols, and micro habits, you begin to redesign your days in harmony with your true blueprint. The result isn't less ambition, it's more efficiency, less anxiety, and deeper flow. Because when you stop fighting your design, you stop wasting energy and pretending to be someone else. Neuroscientists describe flow as the state of optimal performance, where attention, emotion, and action align perfectly. It's measurable. Brain waves slow to the alpha-theta range, the nervous system synchronizes, and the prefrontal cortex quiets, allowing intuition to lead. Each human design type accesses flow differently, but all reach it when they honor their body's unique signals. That's the essence of coherence. Your energy, emotions, and intellect moving as one current instead of three competing streams. When you live in coherence, your day feels easier, not because it's empty, but because it's aligned. Here are 3 starting points for you to redesign your days for more coherence. First, start with morning by design. Start your day based on your energy type. If you're a generator, move or create early. If you're a projector, reflect and plan before engaging. If you're a manifestor, protect your first hour from input. If you're a reflector, observe your energy before committing to plans. Number 2, follow the gut, not the clock. When you feel resistance, pause. Check if you're acting from a should or from actual alignment. Your gut, spleen, or emotions are smarter than your schedule. Third, create an evening reset. Turn technology off, put the lights low, and do 5 minutes of breath work. These signals your body to downshift, resetting cortisol and restoring calm. These aren't rituals for discipline. They're reminders that your calm isn't found in effort. It's found in rhythm. Think about this. The same intelligence that patterns the stars also patterns your nervous system. Human design simply helps you see that connection. It's a language for remembering that your rhythm isn't random. It's cosmic, it's cellular, and it's completely unique. When you live from that place, comparison fades. You stop chasing other people's timelines and you start dancing to your own frequency. That's what calm really is. The moment your energy stops trying to prove itself and simply begins to be itself. For most people, learning their human design is less about discovery and more about recognition. It's the relief of remembering who you really are when you realize your patterns make sense, that your cycles of rest, your bursts of inspiration, your needs for solitude, they're all part of your design. You stop apologizing for being different and you start becoming who you are. That's when true calm enters the system, the kind that doesn't need managing, only honoring. If what I've been talking about here resonates with you, if you've been trying to live by someone else's rules and you're ready to live by your own, then I invite you to take a next step with me. Request your private invitation to the impossible prompt. Because the secret to calm isn't in control, it's in remembering your design and living from it every single day. That's the work of the impossible prompt, to help you reclaim your rhythm, restore your energy, and rediscover what it feels like to be impossibly human.